Hello and welcome once again to the Forward Compatible Podcast. This is episode 133, we think, for September 28th.
No, don't put the date, because then I can't post it 3 weeks from now.
Ah, yes. For some day that may or may have not happened in 2014, my name's Tony. I'm joined, as always, by my fellow podcasters, Mark and Jason. And we look like really crooked.
Do we?
The show might be crooked, folks. Jason's fault.
I don't care.
So how's
This
everybody?
is the Batman episode, 66.
Yes. How's everybody doing? Been a while.
It's been a while.
Been a while.
Some things have happened.
Things and stuff.
Which we'll get to later.
Okay. You don't want to open the show with it?
No.
Tony is now missing one less testicle than he had before. He is now down to negative one.
Negative. It's true. It's bullshit. It's true. All right. Well, I suppose we could kick off the show with our monthly roundtable. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. Catch everybody up on what we've been playing since the last time we all spoke. I feel like really freaking like condensed today. I don't know what's like. I don't know if you guys are too close, or the mic's right here, or the camera's just closer than it usually is.
Usually it's up here though.
Yeah, it was like right, it's like right here, like doing one of those
Usually
numbers.
you can't turn your head left or right.
I don't know. It's just like confined. I'm getting like claustrophobia today.
You know why?
Because it's been a while.
Feel better.
A little bit.
I don't smell you as much anymore.
Good. Well, good for you. So, Mark, what'd you play? The last you haven't been on in like 3 months.
Is it 2014 yet?
World Tanks.
No, I haven't done World Tanks.
World of Warcraft
I haven't done World of
Trials.
Warcraft, yeah.
I'm playing Trials.
I just hit, no,
Mass
I
Effect
haven't.
again.
Oh, I've done Trials Frontier, the mobile one. It's actually really good.
I played the whole Mass Effect trilogy.
I actually like the mobile version better than the new one.
Little World of Tanks. I bought this new
I don't
tank.
even care.
It only costs like $300 for this one tank, but I don't mind because I like supporting the developers.
That was fine. That was like a $40 tank I bought that one time. It's like a nice paycheck and disposable income, yada, yada, yada. I'm going to hit you with a shoe.
Oh, good times. Sorry, what'd you
I
play?
finished all of Zero's Escape, like all the 22 different endings. Good game.
It's good.
It was good.
I'm like in the second puzzle and I already got confused. I'm like, I'm done with this game.
Once you see the true ending of it, you're just like, they Japanese the crap out of it. Which
Giant
is-
swords and guys that look
No,
like
just
girls.
like, and it's an alternative dimension and all this other weird shit because we're Japanese and we use really stupid endings for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will Phil Fish it and say Japanese games these days suck.
Look at this guy doing stuff.
Quoting Phil Fish, of course. Thank you, Phil.
I want to play that Danganronpa. I heard that thing's
Danganronpa?
awesome. Yeah.
Playing that right now, actually.
Oh, is that good?
I actually
Trigger
don't like
Happy
it as
Havoc.
much. Yeah, I don't like it as much so far. But it's supposed to be more like a...
Murder mystery, right?
yeah. But it's not like fully voiced.
Yeah.
So
Well,
you hear just a bunch of Japanese, what? Ooh, like when they
And you just
start,
read.
and then you read. You just
it's the
read.
same thing like
Well, Zero's Escape is fully voice acted,
Calm your tits.
except when you talk, because you're talking. Obviously, you're saying it. Why does that have to be voiced?
Yeah, because no modern games do that nowadays.
Yeah, exactly. What the fuck? So I don't like Danganronpa as much as Zero's Escape, but they're both like text adventures. But I don't know, the whole just reading. Man, it's like I'm reading a book. It's like I'm reading a book.
Trying to have
An
entertainment.
interactive book. Man, I can't take it.
Damn it.
Damn.
Jason, what'd you play? WWE.
Oh, we also really
I finally
Fun
hit
everybody today.
Just Gears
Gears of War.
I finally hit the level
Kill some
cap in
more.
Destiny, which was 20.
That MMO with superheroes that I can't think of the name of.
You can advance beyond level 20, but there's absolutely no point because
That guy hit 30.
Destiny sucks.
Well, Phil Fish did for America.
Them's
though.
fighting
You
words.
can't do that for America. You can make fun of Japan, it's shit. But once you go to America, sir,
America.
we're gonna lose fans over that.
Okay, so here's the problem. It's fucking boring.
That's what I hear.
But the story,
The
like,
story makes
you have-
absolutely no sense.
just from what I've heard from the beta, Every time no, because I played beta, so I actually played it.
Oh, you did? You didn't just watch it on Creatures?
Correct. I watched that and I did Angry Joe's review. If that makes you feel any better, but Peter Dinklage had some really freaking boring.
He's very dull. He's very
I don't know
dull.
if it was just doesn't translate very well into like a voice act character, or if he just got really terrible lines. It's hard to say when it's only done once, as far as I know.
Here's the thing, right? I mean, everybody by this point already knows about the loot cave and all that other shit. But the problem is unless you intend on playing PvP, there's ways, but there's no real way to advance in collecting gear and gaining additional levels past 20. Because there's
Unless you're doing PvP?
Yeah, I
Oh.
mean, you have to do like Crucible and all this other shit, and I'm not a PvP player. I prefer the PvE and the grouping, but like I can't even run the raid because the raid is level 26. So it's boring. I'm done with it. It's over. I'm pretty sure that I'm getting rid of it this week.
I didn't pick it up.
Yeah.
Me too.
I also have been playing Hyrule Warriors.
How do you like Dynasty Warriors?
You know what? Hold on here. Let's reel it back.
Let's
just
reel
a
it
second.
back from Dynasty
I'm
Warriors.
gonna be completely honest. Like I've played Dynasty Warriors and I never got into it. Again, this is just Dynasty Warriors with the Zelda skin over it, but the Zelda skin completely changes the dynamic of it.
I like this game now.
It does. It makes more sense to have like the over exaggerated combat and over the top when you're using not like historical characters.
Hmm.
You know, like I know they did a Gundam one back in the day. I never touched that because that's that Japanese bullshit again.
Yeah.
Like you were talking about.
Thanks, Phil Fish. So basically, it's like if you were going to play Fez and Phil Fish didn't make it, you would have loved it.
Yeah. Fuck
Oh,
that
man.
guy. But it's
the same thing.
It's boring and repetitive, but it's exactly what you expect. So it's not bad. What?
I'm laughing at Mark's dumbass. Go ahead, man. I'm
It
sorry.
is. I mean, it's fight off the horde of enemies to get to the next point to capture it, then go and fight the boss and blah blah blah. But it's fun so far.
Hey, I'm just glad that Dynasty Warriors didn't remake the same game again and again like they have for
I'm glad-
7 iterations.
I'm glad
Probably
Zelda
more than that,
didn't
actually.
just remake the same game over and over again like they have for the last 7 iterations.
Ooh, them fighting words.
Damn.
Mossy in here.
I don't care. I ain't scared.
You know, it's true though. It's true. It's the same shit over and over.
Well, just, like, all right, so my thing against Dynasty Warriors, though, is that it's all based on a book. The entire franchise is a Japanese book. And they just remake it, the story, every single time. And no one seems to ever hit it for the fact that the story is the same every single one.
So I thought Zelda was going to play out similar, right? It was just going to be kind of like, all right, this person captured Princess Zelda because that's what happens. Oh God, you got to go save her. You're running through, different fields and shit.
Damn
but
it,
then,
Mario.
but I'm only on, I want to say like the 4th level, okay? And something really epic happens. So if you want to play the game and you don't want to be spoiled, this is where you stop here, right? Okay, the one goddess that like looks over everything, she gets she gets turned into evil, right? Zelda is Sheik.
A guy.
Is
Zelda's
revealed.
a guy.
But then
Yeah.
something badass happens.
Why'd
right?
you even have to say that? That was
Wait.
obvious.
So you lose the fight against the goddess, and all of a sudden Skyloft appears in the sky. Then Mount Doom appears. Mount Doom, I think what it's called? And then one of the worlds from Twilight Princess appears, and it's different eras from each Zelda game appear in Hyrule.
Oh, so
It's a time rift.
It's like those terrible Japanese endings we talked about. This is full circle.
No, but it is kind of cool because now going forward, I have to select who I want to go, and each character has to go to one different point.
That's
so
cool.
the different characters are going to the different time jumps in the Zelda history. So it was actually kind of cool.
No, that
Yeah.
is neat. I mean, I like that they changed it up from their.
Because I was looking, like when it happened, I'm like, is that fucking Skyloft? Because obviously Skyloft has a different color and animation palette, and they had to kind of adapt it to work in this game. And then all of a sudden, like again, I think it's Mount Doom. I don't remember. And then wherever it was in Twilight pops up, and you can tell because it does the little pixel grid thing as it's appearing, how it did in Twilight Princess. So the bridge where you fight the fucking orc on the board. Yeah.
Or
I also started
more. Are you
watching
playing
Game
World of
Thrones.
Warcraft?
Game of Thrones.
You like it?
It's all right.
It's a good show.
Season 1?
Yeah. I'm on.
Keep on
like
it.
second episode of season 2.
Keep it on it.
So, yeah.
Season
it's-
2's work gets really good.
Yeah. Well, I've already, I'm falling into the trap where like you can't stand Joffrey and everyone loves Peter Dinklage.
Peter Dinklage,
Yeah.
Peter Dinklage, Peter Dinklage, Peter Dinklage, Peter Dinklage. Yeah, that's a funny YouTube video.
I'm waiting for the Game of Thrones Walking Dead crossover where it's just Peter Dinklage and Norman Reedus sitting at a bar
That'd be
drinking.
sweet.
Yeah,
I'd watch that. AMC, make it happen.
it'll happen.
You know what? They'll just put on Stars instead.
Yep.
It's like the even medium
Mm-hmm.
in between porn.
It's
As,
showtime.
as for myself, played some more Wolfenstein. And
That's a good game.
Doesn't
Wolfenstein.
that shit come out in March?
New
I still
Order's a
haven't
really
beat
good
it.
game.
I still haven't beat it.
What?
it's probably the best next gen game I've
Angry
played
Andy,
so
how
far.
long
Very
did it
close.
take you to beat Wolfenstein? A
Did you do
day?
the second playthrough? You have to do playthrough twice to see everything.
I did, what was it? Like 7% of playthrough at your place that night. Did it the next day at my place. Started the third run through, and I was just kind of like, this is too repetitive. So I kind of stopped on that
You
third
beat it 3 times in 2 days and you haven't beat the fucking game yet.
Nope.
I liked it. It was a good game. I approve.
He loads it up, kills one enemy, turns it off.
Yeah,
I'm
pretty
too
much.
scared. The
I'm too
Nazis are
scared.
coming after me.
Ah, the wolves and the Steins. There's just so many of them.
Where's Hitler?
I also played Murasaki Baby. Beat the shit out of that shit.
Wait, hold on.
Does that mean it was good or
You
bad?
beat the shit out of a baby?
Yes.
Did you shake a baby?
Yes.
Smack a
it's-
baby, smack a baby, smack
He was
a
good at
baby,
Warped Tour.
come on.
It's a-
smack a baby, make me go crazy.
I saw him at Warped Tour. It was good times.
It's actually a really good game.
No idea.
I know.
I have no idea what you're talking about. It was fun though. Fun little Vita game. It was only like 4 or 5 hours long, but really good, really interesting. I've never played anything like it. It was fun. Good stuff. I don't remember what else I played. I've been playing a lot of shit, but I don't remember. I think that's it. Oh, and Forza 5.
Still hasn't caught up to me.
I also just started playing a few weeks ago, so.
Still hasn't caught up to me.
Some fighting
That's right.
words.
Every time I see Jerker on the road, jerk the wheel right into him.
That
Spin
motherfucker!
that bitch out and keep going.
That
Funny she
motherfucker!
can-
And then I
Nice.
send him a message on Xbox.
That
Your
motherfucker!
drive
your
guitar
ass
sucks.
All right.
News.
News!
All right.
Dirty, sexy, news.
Well, first story we got, we have Call of Duty is actually predicted to sell millions less than Ghost. Surprisingly enough, even though it looks like they're just taking what made Titanfall so popular and putting it into Call of Duty formula. Do you think
Wait a
the
minute.
analysis is correct, or
So Call of Duty is taking a page out of Titanfall,
from what it looks like?
which was just a page out of Call of Duty with a new skin.
okay.
on
It's
it.
whoever has the page last. Okay, when Titanfall 2 comes out, obviously I'm going to say Call of Duty.
I don't know if it's true that they.
It's like Destiny took right off of Halo.
Yeah. I know Ghost sold less than was projected. And this is supposed to sell even less than Ghost. They're blaming it on franchise fatigue.
No.
This is
No.
this is
They're still going to hit their budget.
this is analysts, not Activision. But apparently, Activision is readying about 17 million copies to be distributed, where they usually do 20 million. So they're actually printing 3 million less copies in anticipation of some sort of a drop off. Don't kid yourself though. 17 million copies, every other game ever made would kill for that kind of
I've
numbers.
got a
and that's
great
a
idea.
down year.
I've got a great idea how to revitalize the franchise.
Stop making them every year.
No. They come on. It's Activision. They're never going to do that.
Just let
You know what-
Treyarch make
you know what-
them.
You know what Call of Duty's missing?
Zombies.
Some type of peripheral. Tony Hawk, Rock Band. Let's bring out a plastic gun.
So, you just mentioned 2 franchises that don't exist anymore. Let's think about that.
I don't want Call of Duty to go away. I want it to get less and less popular and let them go back to war simulation
I
games.
want a plastic fucking gun.
Not weird fucking futuristic bullshit, all this other weird crap. I want them to make a World War II game again.
Well, you can still play Silent Scope at the arcade, okay?
No, he
No, I want. Yes, you can.
can't. His mom
Galloping
won't.
Ghost.
His mom
His
won't.
mom won't let him.
His mom won't give him quarters.
Galloping Ghost. Brookfield. I want a plastic gun. That's it. And
You
then
airsoft.
And then okay, then you get a kick-ass soundtrack like Guitar Hero had.
Airsoft.
Okay, and then you're shooting
earphones.
notes on the screen, right? And fucking Tony Hawk comes by on a skateboard and gives you more ammo.
Peter Dinklage, Peter Dinklage, Peter Dinklage, Peter Dinklage, Peter.
Dinklage.
It's been a while.
That's gonna be so many copyright infringements right there.
It's all right.
YouTube is gonna nail us against a wall.
Do it, YouTube. I ain't scared of you.
When they bust on your door,
Bring it on, YouTube. You hear me?
disconnect your
Look
internet.
deep into my eyes, YouTube. I don't give a fuck.
He's crazy.
You're just like getting off camera.
No, I was grabbing my drink.
Oh, they're coming after
I was gonna
us.
say like I could do something cool, like have the feed cut right there, but that's too much work.
Man, so lazy. It'll be all right. More news.
Marty!
PlayStation Home is shutting down March 31st next year.
All 4 users are up in arms.
Whoa.
Furious.
Whoa, whoa.
Funny enough,
There are
Furious.
more than 4
I
users.
will defend them in terms of how many people I was usually in there when I, was messing around. The people playing the stupid arcade games and
Yeah.
the theater, because they released their own TV show on there and they kept putting them out.
Yeah,
Like some-
that, and I mean, they used to do the press conferences right on there too.
People that liked PlayStation Home really liked PlayStation Home. There were a lot.
and they like The Sims.
They had a diehard fan base.
I used it, and I actually enjoyed going to and doing the bowling. That
I
was
heard good
actually
things about
pretty
the
fun.
bowling. I think that was a favorite game for most people.
I liked the airship game, or the pirate ship game. Airship. Fucking
Battleship?
dumbass. Yes.
Battleship.
No, it was pirate ships.
Battle Pirate Ships.
You sunk my battle shit.
Classic. Anyway, you got to March 31st to go in and play it. I'm sure there'll be
No new transactions.
some
after
kind of-
like
yeah.
November 1st.
some kind of send off. I can imagine
People
on
are
this day
the people that are still playing it are up in arms. They're like, "Why isn't it on PS4?"
because they have better things to put on.
Shit.
They'll do what they want.
Here's my thing, right?
off.
Like, if it's not really doing anything, and I mean, yeah, it uses up some server space, but how much do you really think that takes up?
Small fraction.
Just let the people fucking have it. Why take it away from them?
Yeah. Just
You know?
pay out. You know who has more server space than anyone in the world right now, as far as I know? Google. Just buy it, or at least in the United States. Just say United States.
Well, here's the thing, right? What's the install base of a PS3?
What's
82 million.
70, 80
Okay.
million.
So why? I mean, if that feature only uses a fraction of whatever resource it needs,
Mhm.
why bother turning it off? Leave it on there. You never know who's gonna find your shit on there. You don't have to update it. I get that.
Just
But
give it to Google.
Why take it away?
And while the network is down, technically, because Google really just cannot be DDoSed, you can be on PlayStation Now when the entire Sony network is just down. That's totally how it would work. How would it be any better? It'd be bowling away. People are just complaining, I can't play Destiny. I can't
Oh, like
get to
you
30."
when Tony and I were on perfectly fine, no problems on PS4, and you're like, I can't play Plants vs Zombies.
I couldn't.
Mm.
Mm.
I can't let up World of Tanks.
No, World of Tanks never goes down, as far as I know. I mean, they got a Guinness Book of World Records for most people on a server at one time. Just saying. More news.
More news.
Fuck World of Tanks.
God damn, this is just a hate show. Fuck you, Phil Fish. Moving on. Call of Duty Black Ops 2 lawsuit is moving forward. What are you doing?
Really, Tony?
What are you doing?
Like we're doing a fucking podcast.
What are you doing? What are you even watching, huh? Peter Dinklage.
I was gonna play the song. Then a fucking ad popped up. I'm like, damn it! I had a 50-50 chance.
All right. The story is that the ex-Panamanian dictator is suing the actual Activision company for his role in Black Ops 2, saying that it negatively affected him somehow.
Yes.
Even though he is a dictator, kills people, sells drugs, doesn't like Tony.
Yeah, we're talking about Noriega here.
Yes.
The man, the myth. Yeah, I think this is hysterical.
Oh, and he's also currently serving 20 years in prison.
Yeah, he's in prison. That's what makes it hysterical. And he's also offshore. He's not under American
Yeah, he's
protection
not-
of
yeah.
anything,
Yeah.
under American copyright laws. This is going to get laughed out of court. It's more just it's a
Why is he doing this?
lawyers get paid.
So people remember that he's in jail and they should go break him out. That's the assumption.
Probably. I think it's great. Funny stuff here. But
Holy shit! They have the original GameCube!
why are you yelling at people?
You didn't hear him?
No. I hear them. Why are you yelling at them, though?
Because it's funny.
Jason's just like mocking this little kid.
Well, he screamed out, holy shit, they have the original GameCube.
That's like the
As
second
opposed
time
to
this
the
happened.
second GameCube? Or the third?
Genesis 2 coming this fall.
Trust us.
What
We-
other fucking GameCube
Me and
was there?
Mark have a scheme in place to get Sega to release a new console.
I don't think he wants to reveal it.
No,
No, it ain't happening.
It'll jinx it. It'll jinx it. No.
Yeah. Yes.
That's the name of this episode. Holy shit, they have the original GameCube.
Again. All right. Well then, more news.
Morning.
One of the new editions of Grand Theft Auto releasing this fall will be they're bringing back first-person mode. If you
Dinklage, Peter Dinklage, Peter Dinklage, Peter Dinklage.
They'll be bringing back the first-person mode, which actually every GTA, as far as I remember, had a first-person or at least a in the cockpit view of your car.
In the what?
Cockpit.
Why is my arm wet? What'd you do to me?
That is so.
That is a lot of fucking water. Is it water?
No.
He pissed on me. Nah, it's water.
Hit it into my hand right
Yeah,
here.
cupped it onto my shoulder.
And made it cold.
Yeah, it's a neat trick. That
Look
is
at
a neat
nitrogen.
trick.
You'll see a little smoke come off the side of the screen. You just figured it was him puffing. He just magically did it. Anywho, first person view is coming back alongside of they're giving, if you pre-order it, $1 million into
Okay.
each side. Yeah.
Alright, so I already know what this fuckface is going to say. Are you getting it again?
Yes, for a Christmas present for myself.
Okay.
That's the plan. What about you?
I am not buying it on PS4, so go fuck yourself.
Fuck yourself.
Okay, I'm gonna play with that asshole over there off camera, on the proper system, Xbox One, where people won't abandon me. But now I get run over by tanks and
He's
shit.
just got abandonment issues. I mean, that's
Oh,
all
we
it
did it on
is.
PS3. We could play
See?
together. Mark, let's play. Oh, I got rid of it.
Because I had to get my PS4 and then play everything else. Such a hater.
More news.
Last news of the week. Now screw that. More news.
More news.
We had Blizzard finally canceled their long-awaited project of Titan, which I think was in development for like 7, 8, 9 years. One of those things.
7 years.
Yeah. So
12 years.
12 years.
7 years.
7 years.
A
I know it
baker's
was an odd
dozen.
number. Odd number, not in the teens. But Peter Dinklage says, no, I'm just kidding. Basically, the game was actually going to be another MMO where during daytime you basically be like a shop owner, and then at night you pick up a gun and go fight the commies. I forget what the new name was, but
Okay, man.
anyway, we're both commies. Basically, you were supposed to kind of have like a dual life kind of thing.
You mean
and
like a second life?
that's trademarked. You can't say that. It's so
That's why it was called PlayStation Home and not
Second Life.
Second Life?
So, personally, I was actually looking forward to it because at one point it was rumored to be the what's going to take over for WoW. Obviously, that's not going to happen anymore. But I heard mixed things from people running articles this week about some people who played it years ago saying that it wasn't
Nobody played
fun. Some people said that it was good and it just, I don't know, too many changes over time. They didn't have a good direction. So
So what you're saying is, it's been a while.
basically, Blizzard spent tens of millions of dollars on it, which is a drop in the
What
bucket
was-
for them.
Why
They
was that
make
down here? But I was it's like tens of millions of dollars down here. Like,
Down here, it's Blizzard. They make that back in a month.
you know why? Call
It's
of
been a
Duty.
while. Oh, damn it.
That's just all Blizzard
Call of
games.
Duty.
They got Hearthstone, Diablo, and WoW.
Did you about
Just-
that shit
just-
where in China they actually like printed out the Hearthstone cards and it can take like 5 minutes per turn to play the cards?
I wonder why.
I don't know, because they're Chinese and they're all fucked up and shit.
Is that fast or slow?
I don't know. Well, I mean, China usually everything's fast. You ever see them fuckers eat? What?
Oh man.
We're in rare form today, man.
Rare form.
Been a while.
Yeah, it's been a long time. It's 2014,
Seriously,
right?
They're just like fucking hamsters.
Like that, though?
Yeah, like hamsters.
All right, let's keep this gravy train going.
I don't have anything to throw, but David Letterman.
All right, so before we get into whatever the fuck he
I have
decides
some.
he wants to do,
Yes. Yeah.
go ahead. I want to make sure that that's where we throw what we were talking about before. Oh.
No, because I decided what I was just going to say, I'm going to tag up on the end of what you're going to say. Go ahead.
I was gonna let you do it. I was just.
I'm
saying
not gonna
it
tag on
before,
anything.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
In honor of Derek Jeter's
I'll
last
try.
game.
I'll cover the bases, and then you guys hop in here and there. So here's what's we thinking, because we are awfully busy human beings, and we know
I bowl now.
we know the last
Bowl.
Yep.
I'm a lame.
Friday nights.
maybe 5 or 6 weeks we've been
2 months.
super inconsistent, and we've skipped a few episodes because scheduling conflicts and all types of stuff.
And then I'm drunk sometimes.
Yeah.
And he's drunk sometimes. And
I'm
Jason
drunk all the
bowls
time.
Sometimes.
So what we've decided is we're gonna revert. We're gonna make some more changes again for like the umpteenth time. We're gonna go back.
I'm going through changing. Yeah. Ozzy Osbourne. Better.
We're gonna go back to the old show. We're gonna do Big Tony's topic of the weeks.
Oh, now it's Big Tony.
Well, because I was making the little bite-sized Tonys.
He's just a little guy.
He's just a little guy. And we're gonna start bringing the reader question back because we were initially gonna do those like. We were gonna do those like once.
Oh man.
We were gonna do
I
those
can
like
scream that again.
we were gonna do those like once a month, but we never got around to doing them since we cut them off. But the drawback with all this is to save our sanity and to give us a little bit more time and whatnot. We're not going to do them every week anymore, which shouldn't be much of a change because we haven't been doing them every week for the last month and a half anyway.
Mostly because of Tony's groin injury.
Yeah. So we're going to be doing them like, we haven't really decided how often yet, probably a couple times a month,
There's at least going to be an episode a month.
Yeah.
Is what we've settled on.
possibly 2. We'll see. We don't know. But to make up for it, because like we have all these like ideas of stuff we want to do, and we can never do them because the one day we could get together, we're doing the show. So like we have like skits and like stuff we want to show you guys and all these like
More of my fantastic acting.
we have we have like all this fun stuff planned, and there's just never any time to do it. Like I've got scripts written from like 8 months ago that we still haven't used.
Over a year for
Over a year. Okay, over a year. That's what we're getting at. Like we never have any time, so we'd rather like do the show a little less often, and still you're still gonna get a ton of crap from us. Like we're gonna be putting out videos,
I don't know about a ton of crap. Maybe
Just-
some videos.
just like different. Instead of getting the podcast every week, you'll get it maybe every 2 or 3 weeks
or every month.
or a month, but you'll be getting our other dumb stuff that we want to do. So we want to try that out for a while and see how it works, because we got all these ideas that are exploding out of us and we can't get any of them
I
done.
mean, like for instance, and I mentioned it to you guys earlier. Myself and Dave, who is on our Halloween episodes, we're gonna start doing more than likely like a weekly 1 hour audio podcast. But it's not just going to be about video games. You know, we're going to open the door and do a little bit more. And like you were saying, it's going to give you more opportunities to do other type of videos and things that you want to do. All while still having that, you know, beautiful little logo right over here.
Right over meow? A little bit more meow.
I think we're going right over now.
I think it's in that corner.
Just try over Tony's face.
Yeah. But yeah,
Shape of
again,
penis.
it's gonna free us up to do a little bit more, and then if you've watched like the past 3 videos, Tony's grumpy and shit. He's sitting
Oh, we're
there.
doing the Tony Slouch?
And this guy's not.
On
even,
this week's
and this guy's not
episode.
even. And this guy's not even here.
Yeah.
Peter
There.
Dinklage, Peter
I'm
Dinklage.
too busy masturbating to Peter Dinklage. When I look
So-
back on this episode in 75 years, I'm going to regret that.
So, that's the gist of what we've got going on.
Jizz?
The jizz of what we've got going on. Still going to be shows, still going to be some forward compatible. We just want to try, instead of always doing this same show, doing these a little less frequent and trying some new stuff with and expressing our creative sides
Yes.
and stuff. I hope that makes
And if
sense.
you don't like it, well, go fuck yourself.
No. We're trying it. We don't know if we're going to stick. You guys know we change our mind every fucking 5 weeks anyway.
As often as Tony changes his underwear.
Every 5
No,
weeks.
we change our minds a little bit more often than I change my underwear.
So yeah.
They used to be white. Not
So
anymore.
6 years
right
ago.
here, right now, anybody that's watching this, start sending in some questions again. And,
Yeah, we're gonna start doing that again
We'll start doing that again. Andrew Dillon, send us back some more BS facts.
if you'd like.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
You know,
I'm demanding it.
forwardcompatiblepodcast@gmail.com.
Everything else is
Maybe
gonna
if I feel like it, it'll.
everything else is gonna stay the same pretty much. Still gonna be doing the pause menus. Still gonna be
We'll get pixel reports in there.
pixel reports
now
when
and
they
then.
come up.
But there's going to be more fun videos. of
Yeah,
us doing
there's gonna be
stuff
less
and things.
frequency than you guys are used to, but different types of content.
Maybe if
I'd like to
Jason
bring back.
got Grand Theft Auto on PS4, we could stream it
I'll
together.
just stream it with Angry Andy. I want to
Fun.
bring back retro runs. Start doing some of those again. You know, we've got a bunch of half-assed ideas that we started
Half-assed
and never.
theater.
And I got some.
followed
I
through.
have like 2 or 3 full ass ideas.
3/4 ass.
You can only find them on Pornhub.
Search forward compatible Tony Chow.
Full ass.
So I think that catches everybody up on what we kind of had planned
What we've been playing since the last time we all spoke. Yeah.
since the last time we all spoke.
Yeah.
So that's that. I guess we can hop into do.
Okay, you can't do half-assed theater.
Tony's topic of the week.
If that doesn't turn you on, nothing ever will.
Yep, you're immune to love.
It's been a while.
And puppies.
You must hate puppies. So, the game stops.
How can he pay attention to whatever the hell he's doing over there? While we're over here and you're rubbing your nipples and everything. He's just sitting there with one little earpiece in. Are you watching that Game of Thrones video right now? Is it just on loop? Peter Dinklage, Peter Dinklage.
Spinning in circles.
Oh, somebody create a virus of that.
Good idea.
Like
You didn't say the
exactly.
magic word. And it's just like, Peter Dinklage, Peter Dinklage. So GameStop, the everyone's favorite store,
Boo.
has decided to look into the used DLC market. Initial thoughts.
You just heard it. I made that weird noise.
That weird, like, he's trying to clear his throat kind of thing.
Snicker,
Trying to cough up this Snicker from last night.
phlegm.
And whatever phlegm candy bars are. Sounds disgusting.
Yeah. It's not an entirely foreign concept because I believe there's some things out there that do it.
Yes, yeah, World of Warcraft being
Yeah,
the number
very
one of that,
small
actually.
scale.
Just saying.
Yep. All right. I got. The thing with that is, like, World of Warcraft is self-contained. Well, we could keep going, right? Just don't swear.
Yeah, yeah. We are open.
Yeah, there's a store going on in the background. So no more singing for a couple. Peter Dinklage, Peter Dinklage. So, like, World of Warcraft is self-contained, and what I mean by that is, like, Activision will be the one that is changing your pre-owned DLC and taking the cut. This will never happen. The retailers are never going to agree to this or excuse me, the developers are never going to agree to this because they can just be like, well, screw you, we'll do it ourselves. We don't need you to transfer content for us and then give you a cut, not to mention the lost sales that they're going to get, because DLC was created to combat used game sales. That was the whole point. It's like, well, if they're going to buy used, at least maybe they'll pick up the DLC so we can make some money off the people that we didn't make any money off of. And
If you want, if it's too distracting, we can pause it. I can cut it.
yes, we're going to do that. We'll be right back.
Dinklage, Peter 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 Dinklage.
Yeah, weird segue back in. What were we talking about? GameStop.
Use DLC.
So I think that publishers would just do this on their own
Yeah, they don't need GameStop.
at all. And why would they agree to that?
I don't know. Again, yeah, because I mean that was one of the. I understand, one of the incentives that publishers came out to combat the used game market was having DLC, specifically
pre-order bonuses and shit.
bonuses for like the pre-orders and everything. But we're talking more along, and I think GameStop was talking more along the lines of add-on content post-game release. So I mean, like, because theoretically, let's say Destiny, since that's new, okay, and you go to your local used game retailer, GameStop, whoever you choose, okay, Walmart, Best Buy, whatever. You buy Destiny used, you can still buy that DLC. It doesn't block you from that. I think, honestly, even I agree with you, there's no need for them to have GameStop do it, but I think it's a great idea to offer used DLC, whoever does it, publishers or whatnot, because, for instance, like, I just got rid of Trials. I had the Trials DLC. Now that granted, it's deleted off the system, but it sits there forever, unused.
Yeah, if you can get even $1 for it, it's $1 more than you would have.
Exactly.
No.
So, I mean, the concept is cool.
Well,
But I don't necessarily think there needs to be a third party to handle it.
Yeah. What I was going to go into is I don't think Xbox or PlayStation Network are even set up to give refunds or to even ever give that code out to work on anyone else's account.
Yeah.
But with that said, the only thing I could really think of that GameStop could do is what I guess all right, console gaming does not have like in-game currency or anything like that. No, nothing to drive you to want to buy it. Certain games do, of course, but nothing that you can't, I guess, resell. Like, because the biggest comparison is World of Warcraft has a huge, real world market for selling accounts, in-game currency. World of Warcraft, over the few years of realizing how much people are making money off this, they put up their own store where you can buy like mounts for like $30 or $40. What I can see GameStop, just because of how I think, the consoles are set up, how everything's done, I don't think that used DLC will ever be a thing. But one thing they could capitalize on is people selling accounts.
Yeah.
I don't know about the legality of that, but basically selling somebody's account with 100,000 gaming score might be an appeal to somebody. Maybe he had 6 months left on his Xbox Live Gold.
Or he's got 100 games that he bought digitally.
That was getting at as well. Is you have the account which has gamer score, games he's bought, and also maybe time left over on the subscription.
Forget DLC for a second, like add-ons. I would love it, and I don't know if Steam does it, to actually be able to resell a digital copy of a game that I purchased. Because like I was just talking to you guys, I bought Hyrule Warriors. I bought it digitally on Nintendo's eShop. That would be awesome if 6 months from now I could turn around and they give me a $10 credit and it's gone from my account.
The way that I think they'd have to do this is because all three major console manufacturers all have a digital wallet. There'd still need to be a third party, but as opposed to it being GameStop, it'd have to be Microsoft, Sony, or Nintendo agreeing with all the publishers to do this. Now, what you would essentially do is be trading it in to Sony or Microsoft or Nintendo, not to the publisher directly. The reason you'd have to involve Microsoft, Nintendo, and Sony is because your digital wallet is attributed. It's tied to
them, not to the publisher.
So, like you said, Hyrule Warriors traded in 3 or 4 months for $20. That would go to $20 into your wallet on your Nintendo shop.
Yep.
And Nintendo would then have to forward maybe $16 or $17 of that to the company who made Hyrule Warriors. And then it's for sale in the digital marketplace. And Nintendo would make $2 or $3. The company would make some money, and you'd be able to get rid of your digital
And
content.
theoretically, it could be like everyone here has at some point been on Amazon. Usually, you have the top listed item, which would be at full price, right? Like Hyrule Warriors, $59.99, or 14 used for, and you could buy 8 theoretically.
They would also
used.
have to have like a cut of like this thing will like all of them will be $30. So there's no
Exactly.
undercutting
Yeah.
on the
I'm not saying they
market.
would have like I couldn't set my own pre-owned
Correct,
price.
yeah.
But exactly, or buy it, pre-owned for $13, and they
So
would.
essentially, this is like a first-person trade-in for all your digital content.
Yeah, and you wouldn't need GameStop at all.
And you're
anymore.
cutting out exactly, and then when that copy gets repurchased, then it's all profit for Sony. I'm assuming they'll probably, if they ever would work out a deal, they have to, give the developer a cut again for the second-hand sale. I guess it would be, and
10% on the trade-in, 10% on the sale, whatever they work out.
whatever they work out, but it could work, and you're also then pushing a ton more people into buying digital games, because I think the biggest drawback for me about digital games, unless it's a game that I know is just going to be phenomenal, I'm going to play
You're
years
stuck
down
with
the road,
exactly like.
and you don't know that about most games. I mean, the only games you would ever be able to do that with are, the second or third in the franchise kind of thing.
Perfect example, Hyrule Warriors, I didn't want to buy it digitally, but I didn't want to take my business to certain places. So my only option, if I wanted it, when I wanted it, was to get it digitally. So I kind of bit the bullet, and I'm like, all right, whatever, the hell with it, Because my return on it, even a physical copy, is going to be a third at best. So, but I completely agree with you 100%. There would have to be, there's no need for a third-party retailer like GameStop to be involved in this whatsoever. That's just going to complicate things even more. And that means then, technically, I have to give GameStop access to my Xbox Live profile, PlayStation Network ID, and
That's the other problem.
And exactly.
most
Because
people
the
would
major
be okay.
the major companies already have all that.
'Cause that's also an email
Exactly.
address.
You're
You're giving out an email address in most cases the password for that guy's account as well.
Exactly. They would have to have full accessibility to your account to be able to go in there and physically remove something from it. As
Whereas
to
if
where,
you're
like,
doing
if
with
it's you're
Sony-
going it through Microsoft,
Yeah.
they've already got that. Like they can
It's-
do whatever the hell they
for,
want.
For
with it.
them, they'd have to set up stuff on the back end.
Yeah.
But on
No
you,
one's gonna
it's
pay that.
it's a simple store update would be the only difference because you'd click into the game or DLC you already own, and under the buy it, re-download it, blah blah blah, they're just add an icon for trade it in or sell it.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
That's all they'd have to do on the front end, the part that the consumer sees. Because your accounts, your credit cards, your emails, everything's already linked.
Yep.
They'd have to do a
The store
ton.
credit only.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then it
You
goes.
would-
You're
it would-
guaranteed for it to go back into the
and
company.
yeah, exactly. And honestly, from a standpoint of the little bit of very little bit of coding that I know, it actually wouldn't be that hard for them to remove something and give you a credit and then restore that code, because each thing has a unique code to it regardless, it's stored somewhere. Relist that code to be resold. It wouldn't be that hard. It's not like it's insanely oh my god, that's 20 years away. No, that's something that theoretically 6 months from now could roll out very easily. It would just be a matter of sitting down and coding it.
I know you were asking before if Steam lets you relist games. They do not, at least yet, I guess. What they do let you list on their marketplace is the in-game items you get.
That's
you know,
what I
the,
was
the
referring to,
tradable
yeah.
cards, basically, is what you put up
That,
there.
and then, I mean-
and that's real world money for an item that has no monetary value.
Even like when now on Steam, when you borrow something to somebody, you don't have access to that then, right? They're able to.
I believe it's supposed to be like a rental or like whatever you can do. I
Yeah.
have not done it yet, so I'm not very
Well,
versed in it.
I'll go to Amazon again. Like if Tony wanted, if I owned a book, and I loaned that digital book
Like
to
go
Tony,
with, like Comixology.
yeah, it blocks me from accessing that
Yeah.
for X until he's done with it. So I mean, those real world practices are there already in theory. It's just a matter of transitioning them over and making that temporary block permanent.
The only thing that's holding these companies back, I don't think it's technology or anything like that. It's like the fear of GameStop, which is still relevant for, in my best estimates, another decade. These companies still need GameStop. GameStop moves their hardware and moves their software. But as these other outlets open up, because before it was just like GameStop or Best Buy, take your pick, and GameStops were everywhere. Now more people are starting to get into it. Like Walmarts and Targets and
Radio Shack.
Everyone's
Even,
selling video games because it's such a big business. Even like Sears has a big video game section now, and digital distribution and Amazon and eBay are just like severely cutting into what GameStop brings to the table. And as stuff moves more and more to digital, and don't kid yourself, that's where it's going. You're going to need the brick and mortar less and less and less. And there's going to be that time where they finally draw that line in the sand where they're like, okay, digital's getting so big and physical's getting so much smaller every year. There's like in 6 more months, we might lose something for 6 months after that, but we can tell GameStop fuck off because digital's it's overtaking it.
Yeah.
And little by little, everyone will convert.
And I mean, I know I've mentioned it a while back, but statistically, like digital comics and physical comics, the digital doesn't really cut into the physical market. It's if you want to read a comic, you're either going to go and you're going to buy it from the store every week, or you're going to get it digitally. But with media, which I feel the games fall under a little bit. You know, comics are collectible. Your disc for a game, unless you keep it sealed for 20 years and you happen to have, you know, a Final Fantasy that's not a greatest hit and it's sealed, it's not worth anything because there's, you know.
I was always like, even up until very, very recently, I was like a huge advocate of physical. Like I love physical. I've probably been on the show up as recent as a couple months ago, saying that I prefer physical. But lately, I've been having a change of heart where, like, I'm just getting so used to the Vita, and the Vita, like, I own like maybe 300 games for between PlayStation Plus and PS1 and PSP and actual Vita and everything. There's probably like 300 games under my account. And I have like 7 games. You know what I mean? And it's just like, I'll be laying on my bed, and it's a lot easier to just close the app and hit a new bubble and play the new game than get my happy ass up, walk over to my shelf, grab the new disc, plop it in. And it's just like, I'm starting to think about it, I'm like, man, digital really is the way to go. And it's like how movies were. Movies used to suck. You used to have to get up every single time and change the VHS or the DVD.
You'd have to rewind it.
Now you got like a 3 terabyte with every movie you've ever even heard of downloaded on it. And you're just like, play.
And you know, as you mentioned it dawned on me. Sony and Microsoft especially are pushing digital very hard. Right? And the big fear is people still fear digital. Okay? They're taking away a lot of that fear by giving you free digital games every month.
That's something that I have to take into account. I think those would be off limits regardless.
Oh, yeah.
Because you can technically start making money. Like, a lot of the games with gold they're getting a lot better now, but they were garbage. Mm-hmm. And people would immediately be selling it, and there'd be even if they only give you $1 or $2, it's like, well, I'm never going to play this. Bloop.
Yep.
Sell. So, and there'd be an oversaturation because every single gold member has one, and they'd be giving you credit with no possibility in the future because who's going to buy it because everybody already got it for free.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my one thing is, say you go into a GameStop one day, Tony, and they look at your, I guess Sony account, and they're like, he's got a bunch of good games on there. What happens if they offer you like $300-$400 in store credit? Would you go away with your account and remake as Jerker 1016?
Absolutely. $300-$400, no.
No, no. Well, I mean, if it was something where you felt like it was an equivalent value.
Is there a price where I'd sell my PlayStation account?
Essentially.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It would not. $300-$400 wouldn't even scratch the surface.
Well, for you obviously have more, but if someone, say they have 40 or 50 games, maybe that looks a lot better to them than, say,
I
you
highly
have
doubt
like
I
300.
would, just on principle.
I
Well, fuck you, GameStop.
I totally would, but
I didn't want to say that, but
it'd have to be.
I bought Destiny from Walmart, and what?
PlayStation. What would I sell my PlayStation account for? Probably.
They have a Steam calculator for PlayStation.
Probably somewhere in the vicinity of $1,500 to $2,000. I'd totally hand over my PlayStation account.
$1 million.
Also,
Benoit.
it's been like, what,
A while?
2007 was when you had a PlayStation Network account?
Oh.
Why can't you change your name yet?
No, I've had mine longer. I've had mine since PSP.
Okay, wasn't sure. Either way, why has Sony not implemented that? That just grinds my gears technically at this point.
They want to. It's just not in the code, and I think it'll be available one day. But it'll probably be you have to do it from a Vita or PS4, where I don't think the PS3 would allow you to.
How about
So
just going
basically, wait for
online?
backwards compatibility.
Right now, when
die.
you sign into your Xbox One, what name pops up?
Shirker.
Okay.
Oh, hi Tony. Sorry, it says hi Tony.
Mine says, hi J, just the letter J.
Well, you can make it say whatever you want.
Do you know how? Log into your fucking Microsoft account and change your name. I'm not talking about gamertag. I'm talking about my actual name. Is listed
You
as
gotta file some,
the
like-
letter J. That's
Gotta
it.
go through
Like
the government,
Andy,
get proper
Angry
name
Andy's would
change.
say Andrew. So,
Yeah.
Gotta change your name.
All right. Final thoughts.
That's the GameStop. He doesn't want to say it, but he is.
Walmart.
Yeah, for me, I just it's not that it's a bad idea for GameStop to try to do this. It's an excellent idea, and it's a way for them to further ensure, because once they get their claws in on the DLC, they can bring up all the ideas that we just brainstormed, and we're not even professional businessmen or anything. You know what I mean?
Speak for yourself.
We don't run multi-billion-dollar companies or anything. We're
Speak for
speak for yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen your shoes. You don't.
Yeah. So I think that people who are keen to this sort of thing would be able to come up with even better ideas than what we just brainstormed. And I think our stuff sounded awesome. So I think it's more that there's no interest for the publishers and developers. Why give a cut to them when they can either set up, especially the biggest companies like Activision and EA and Ubisoft, they'd have a really easy time with this because they have so many games. Whereas smaller companies like there's something at me.
No, Ubisoft.
Struggling.
Man, that's a terrible
Ubisoft's
idea.
really big.
I know it's a terrible idea. I'll go with Namco.
Okay, fine.
Sega.
Namco, Sega, sure, they're small, medium sized. Those are
Okay,
both.
Sega.
Those are both terrible ideas. Examples as well, because they both have a lot of games. A smaller company that maybe has like Irrational Games, who has 4 games out. Okay, they would probably not be able to provide their own redistribute. It wouldn't make sense for them. So for them, it makes more sense to partner up with a Sony or Microsoft. But if everyone does it, and it's very fair, because Sony and Microsoft would have to both be on board with this, so it wouldn't be unfair to anyone. Like if they're like, we're going to do it, we're both going to do it, we're going to do it with everybody.
Or maybe that's a perfect reason for one developer or one console maker to jump up there and be the first.
Well, it's technically
We don't
illegal.
use DLT.
They can't. Microsoft and Sony can't collude like that. It's actually illegal, but it'd have to be some kind of industry.
Well, no, I mean just like where one. It's
One had to
usually
jump.
illegal,
I understand.
So like really, like yeah, like Sony
No, it's just
jumps in
illegal to
or-
talk about it and be like, we're both doing it, we're both releasing it this day, and not make that public
Oh
information.
no, I was saying that
That's
one jumps
illegal.
ahead, just
This
make it
has
worse.
been episode 130.
He just wanted to throw
I
that in
don't
there.
remember what one it is.
I think it's 132.
133.
All right.
Catch
this one-
you next, same time, same place.
Dinklage, Peter 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 Dinklage, Peter